What's good? What's good? What's good, people, man? Oh, I'm sorry for the delay, man. First off, Restream jacked me up, man. I see y'all already getting lit in them chats, man. Then I put in a direct link from go straight to YouTube, and then YouTube jacked me and started a whole video with my people's living split screen. I said, yo, this is crazy. I had to do all this on the fly, man. But we are in the building. Shout out to my people in the chat, man. Yo, Mike, that was a good job in coverage today, man. Yo, Miko,
Facts.
coverage was awesome. I see you out them streets. That's what gaming life is about, man. Giving people good information and showing the fun behind gaming. Man, we're going to hop into these panelists. Shout out to my boy Sick. He's having technical difficulties, trees and such falling on his crib, power outages and all that. So he'll be back next week. But we got a great one in the building. My man Dragonheart Yobi. What you been playing, yo? Talk to me.
Nah, I've been playing a little bit of this, some little bit of that. But if we want to get technical, I've been playing Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I'm on Mass Effect 3 right now. I've
Okay.
been playing Dirt 5, fun as hell. A little bit of Division 2. I mean Division 2. Yeah, Division 2. And I'm finally starting the High Buster DLC tonight, so
You
definitely
know, I
gonna get
never
into that.
played that either.
No, because he was like, "Oh, nobody's playing it." I'm like, I didn't really have the
Yeah, I
time, but
haven't I haven't played
I
it
have
too
the
much
time
either.
tonight.
I need to
But
though.
I've been playing Avengers as well.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been gaming here and there,
And I don't know what's going on with PK and his camera today, but he came in here with some technical difficulties. He said he's working in behind the scenes. But PK, what's good and what have you been playing?
Hey, what's happening? So I definitely been playing a lot of games. I played that Space Jam, knocked that out. Playing some of that what was that? Uh the Nexus, what is the Scarlet Nexus?
All the
Uh
Nexus
Scarlet Nexus, Guilty Gear Strive, um
fire.
PSO as usual. Um and of course some Smash Bros. Definitely got full plate for me.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
today, man, you know the Dragon's
Shout out to
Den.
Kazuya.
And
Yep.
shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I see y'all in there. I see y'all lit. My man King Mega just came in here, man. I see
Yo, what
y'all
up, Jay?
working them chats, but we got a lot of topics to cover. From we ain't gonna hold you. We jumping straight into the nitty gritty, man. And we got a
Yeah.
big one at the end, and this is gonna be Yobi's subject. We got a big one we gonna leave at the end, and I see nobody's really talking about. And
Literally, no one is talking about it, bro. I
right,
don't understand it.
so we gonna save that to the end, but we gonna jump into PK's life. This is PK's world right now. Hopefully he get his camera work. You still working over there on that camera, PK?
I got you. Almost done, ready. Go ahead, bro.
All right. We want to get into this Nintendo Switch OLED, or as I call it, the Switch XL, because that's what the hell it is. It's a Switch XL. Um, I'm gonna go to you last on this. We're gonna go straight to the guest here, Yobi, man. What did you think? I know you a Switch owner.
Hmm?
What did you think about this whole unveiling, and why do you think they didn't just show this at E3?
Um, they didn't show it at E3? To be honest with you, Lemon, I honestly don't know. I think it would have been perfect to show it at E3, but I feel like Nintendo is doing the same thing what PlayStation is. They want to have their own event separate from E3. Why I don't know, but who knows at this point? Really, I don't know because are you really wasting resources if you do it at E3? Because we're still doing it in digital form until we back up next week. I mean next year.
Facts.
But honestly, I don't know. And at first, I was gonna get it, but then once I was in the GRG chat, and everyone kind of broke it down of this, down the third, you as well. I had to bring myself back. It's like, you know what? It really doesn't really make sense to get it. So I'm gonna just get me the one with the better battery life, the one that comes in the red box. I'm gonna
Yeah.
just get me two of those. One for my little brother and one for my coworker, because it really makes no sense to get the latest one. And also shout out to the sources who's been talking all this crap since last year. Oh, Switch 4K. We got the specs. My sources said this. My sources said that.
Even the Bloomberg report said 4K, new RAM, new CPU.
Look at my face. Come on. And when they made that announcement, I was like, I don't see no 4K in sight. What's going on? But then I took it from what you said. Nintendo have not been has stopped being the power narrative since
Right.
GameCube,
They
right?
don't care.
So, yeah, so they don't care no more.
Yeah.
They playing to their strengths. So people gotta understand now with Nintendo, they doing their own thing, as in like they only paying attention to the ones who literally jump at, oh, a new product, we're gonna go get it.
Right.
They're not worrying about the hardcore. They only worry about the ones who don't think, go out and get it and call it a day. And a lot of people are angry at that. I'm like, well, they don't care about the power narrative.
Yeah, they don't.
At the end of the day, are they worried about that? No,
I
they
mean,
don't
people
care.
want 4K TVs, but they want it for
Because
$299. So
right,
you don't
because
got a good 4K TV anyway.
right, and plus, oh, messy, and plus, Nintendo see as long as the dollars kept coming in, they don't care. And plus, these are the same people who sold y'all the cardboard box. I'm done.
Yeah, facts. PK, talk to me, man, about this OLED situation. Was you shocked? Was you surprised? And why you think they didn't bring this to E3? Because it would have been something to give them some legs.
Not shocked. I called it. I said that whatever the next iteration is just going to be another Switch with some fancy coloring and whatnot. Because this is what they do. This is nothing new. They have 50,000 iterations of the same hardware every generation.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
We started with the Game Boy, then we had the Game Boy Light, then we had the Game Boy Color, then we had the Game Boy Advance, so on and so on. Same thing with the DS, right?
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, with the 3DS, didn't we have a new 3DS before they stopped producing 3DS? I mean, it's not new. Nintendo does this what they do because it works for them. And again, the new 3DS still played the same games as the regular 3DS. It just had a little bit more RAM and a little bit beefier process. But at the end of the day, was it worth?
Before the XL came out?
No, that was after the XL because I have the XL.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was before. Okay, my bad.
So the 3DS actually had 5 iterations, one being a 2DS.
Yeah, remember that? They just said forget the 3D and just made a 2DS because I bought my daughter and my godkids that.
Yeah, so it had 5 iterations during its lifetime. So it's not unheard of that Nintendo would do the same thing. What I would want to say is, far as why it didn't show it at E3, my guess is it wasn't ready at the time because, guys, let's be real. That Nintendo Direct was pre-recorded.
Yeah.
Whatever they had, I'm sure they would want to do it on E3. I mean, that's a big stage to advertise their hardware.
Right.
However, it may not be ready. It might not have been ready at the time of that recording because that Nintendo Direct was not live.
No, it wasn't. It was a regular Nintendo Direct.
It really wasn't live.
It wasn't. It was recorded.
Wow.
No directors live.
No directors live. They pre-record those, so that's my guess that it wasn't ready for reveal at the time. Now, to answer the other question, are they working on hardware that could possibly do 4K? I'm sure they are definitely working on their next whatever their new system is.
Right.
We don't know what it is, but they're definitely working on it, just like they were working on the Switch when they were working on Breath of the Wild. Now think about this. Breath of the Wild was teased for 2022. Why? Why would they do that? Nintendo typically don't do that unless they about to do a hardware exchange. Same thing they did from the Wii U to the Switch. Breath of the Wild was designed for the Wii U, yet it launched on the Switch as well,
both of them.
simultaneous.
Right.
So what I'm saying is it is not unheard of that they may drop a new hardware as of next year with launching, because they have to have some kind of banger to launch with it.
Right.
Breath of the Wild too.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take it like this. The $50 is worth the upgrade, right? It's worth it. It's a better screen. You're still playing 720p on the go. It's supposed to use less battery power. We'll see how that we'll see how that comes into fruition in the real world.
With that OLED though?
Yeah, OLED doesn't use a lot of power.
Mm.
No, but it should help the battery life. But
Right.
it's cheaper to run OLED than it is, or less power hungry than it is, and heat than an LED. You know what I'm saying? Because an LED has actual backlights,
Gotcha.
whereas
Yep.
OLED don't. So it should be more efficient. I think this Switch is for people who don't have a Switch. I don't think they should upgrade because it's not an upgrade. And I think eventually Nintendo is going to have to come out with new hardware, because as they move away from last gen consoles and keep putting things on next gen consoles, excuse me, it's going to become more and more difficult for them to get games from third parties that's taking advantage of these next two systems. Now, I'm not saying they're going to build a 4K monster, but they got to build something comparable to the Xbox Series S, at least. At least, you know what I'm saying? And we talking about hardware. I ain't just talking about running the games on your TV in 4K. I'm just talking about memory speeds and sizes of games. These games are growing, and the cartridge, they ain't gonna get no Call of Duty on the Switch.
Ha!
They just not. They're gonna
That
get
ain't
things smaller. 64 gig games can be done over there. Once you start talking 80, 90 to 100, they're gonna run into a problem. So I think eventually they're gonna have to do it. One of my favorite games, The Witcher, looks like dog crap on a Switch.
Man,
That is disgusting. Like,
man,
and
Witcher
that's an
3
old game.
Witcher 3 looks like a
Oh.
PS1 game on the Switch.
So imagine doing a major title. People's like, oh, they have Doom. Doom don't look good. Overwatch don't look good either. So they're already being maxed out.
I've seen my brother play Doom on the Switch.
Right.
That's all I got.
Right. So
That's all
they eventually gonna have to do a hardware revision. Now, are they gonna change the format with the cartridges? We don't know. But like I said, man, this OLED is for somebody. You're gonna get a little bit sharper colors. Like I said, it's supposed to be better on the battery life, but it's not something you should go out there and upgrade to. They didn't even give you it's not even a full inch of a screen upgrade. It's below an inch. So, it's definitely worth the price. If you play portably, this is a good portable machine. You know what I'm saying? I always thought the Switch was a good portable gaming system, and being a hybrid to go in the home is excellent. But if you don't need, like me, my Switch don't leave the dock. So it don't matter to me. I already got an Ethernet cord on my Switch. It's USB 3.0, which it works on anything, PC, anything. Your cell phone, anything. Ethernet cord to 3.0 adapter, so that's plugged into one of my USB slots. I never Wi-Fi anything on the Switch. It takes too long. So I just bought the cable and hooked it to my router. So that's what I did. But I think it's a good effort. I think the system looks nice. I think the new dock is nice. I think it's nice. But I ain't upgrading because it's not a hardware revision. So it's cool, Now, listen, we're going to jump into this topic, man. And I want people in this chat who, for those who do know or don't know, I need y'all to pay attention to this, man. And sometimes when you need some dirt being thrown at something, you sending people that look like that dirt, so it don't look like the message is being portrayed improperly. Okay, we're gonna talk about Kotaku and their all black comments by a black writer. Okay, there was very disrespectful. Now we know Kotaku was a Japanese heavy site, and I didn't even know they had black writers, but they sent this writer in, man,
Neither.
to insult that Microsoft Soul commercial, and it had Soul, right? As an Xbox fan, you enjoyed that commercial, seeing Homegirl play, remixing the older song. It was fire. But for Kotaku that says, yeah, Microsoft went all black, I don't even know where you're going with that statement, man. I felt offended. Like, you know, the Japanese community still got TV shows that promote blackface, and and to black people, that's an insult. So they sent this writer to write this article to say, oh, it's a black person saying it, but you gave the green light or told that editor what to do, because nobody's gonna come out there
Exactly.
and put themselves on fire and disrespect the whole community because you put a black writer there. She just got that work. Okay? Fellas, I'm gonna go to PK on this because I know he's a Static Shock guy. And shout out to K Mega, who's definitely hashtag we can't save lot guy. But
Nah, you.
but I'm gonna say this for the record. PK, man,
Wow.
talk to me.
Wow.
What did you feel about this? And people in the chat, I want you to interact. I don't like controversial things, but things need to be spoke about. And this I couldn't take. I couldn't take this. You know what I'm saying? I really, I don't see, when I talk to my gaming community, I don't see colors. I see people, good people that I rock with. But PK, talk to me. What did you think about this situation when you heard about it? How did it make you feel?
So, I took a look at it. I read the article, and one thing I would say is the title of the article was created for clickbait. Because when I read the article, it was a little confusing. She went through a history of talking about you know, uh, different advertising methods and whatnot, and then start talking about music, right? 90s music, and uh, how it seems like, yes, it it was unclear if she was really criticizing the advertisement video or if she was just calling it out, saying, hey, they use this as um a tool to kind of capture that crowd. So what stuck out to me in the article is when she was saying that, they're advertising Game Pass and advertising you know, mobile gaming, what have you, or Xbox, and she said that only teenagers or young people between the age of 15 and 22 buy a console. So she don't get why they use a 90s R&B group to advertise. And that to me
Mm.
showed me that she was basically disconnected.
No. Let's use the right word. She was ignorant to the environment that
Well,
that was presented to her. She's not a
I'm not
90s baby.
disagreeing. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing. Well,
I was like,
regardless of you're a 90s baby or not, the fact that whoever on the anybody in the marketing decided that this was a good push and they pushed it and it's on their main site, felt like this was a good thing. And it was kind of weird because it's like we can't just celebrate the fact that, hey, um I'm gonna be honest, like R&B in the 90s, almost like the golden age, right?
it is the
Because
golden age. We don't
Yes,
even
it
have good
was.
R&B no more.
Yes, it
you
was. Yes, it was.
so if you're gonna
Only
pick
Chris
any
Brown is left.
moment, only if you're gonna pick any moment out of any decade, that was probably one of the best ones to pick from. Could they pick a different group? Possibly, but it doesn't matter. The
Right.
fact that these guys came back and did this remix means a lot. The fact that people heard their song, even if that's the only song that they may be known for,
Mm.
you know that melody even if you don't know the words.
That's a
So
fact.
Boy.
once you hear that, and now you watching this video, now you're invoking emotion, and that's the whole point of art in general.
Facts.
So when she goes and says, uh, I don't, it's targeted to the wrong group. I don't think she
Oof.
understands marketing to understand how they target things. Okay, so let's be honest. These dudes are marketing been around forever.
Mm.
They've been doing this since we was kids. They didn't make cartoons and then make toys. No, they made the cartoons for the toys
Mm.
Facts.
because they wanted us to buy the toys. So they made cartoons to get us excited to go buy the product or tell our parents to go buy the product. That's how the marketing works. It's no different. It always works. That's why they put money into it.
Mm.
Right.
To me, she doesn't understand how that works. And she's far disconnected to understanding who they targeting here. They're targeting everyone who is a gamer. And it doesn't matter what era you was born in, whether you was a 90s baby or not. The fact that this catches a moment in time. And what I'm saying is you might not been old enough to understand that in the 90s. But I'm
Right.
telling you now, you heard this melody in that song.
And you knew what it
And once you
was.
hear that, you're gonna pay attention.
Right.
And it's gonna evoke emotion. And it's gonna make you want to pay attention, maybe giggle a little bit, maybe laugh. The point is, she wasn't celebrating. It seemed weird as if she was being critical of the choice of using a 90s R&B music, which happened to be predominantly black.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I also felt like it was also intentional that Kotaku chose her as
Mm-hmm.
one of their contributors to write this article.
Mm.
Because remember, it has to go through an editor and everything
That's
before it
right.
gets
To
posted.
approve it.
So,
Right. Right.
so and before it gets posted, they read and check and read and check. They knew going ahead and had very clear knowledge of what the subject matter was.
Mm.
So it was intentional from them, and especially choosing her because she's black
Facts.
to write this article. Think about it, because they couldn't write it no other way. It couldn't be a Caucasian person or any other person. They had to choose somebody of color to write this in order to try and get away with it. Overall, it does seem negative. The title alone preaches negativity.
Yes, it does.
Right.
In a community
Instead
where
of
we ain't supposed to be
celebrating,
dealing with that.
we're condemning.
Right.
And this is the problem. And what I feel bad is she doesn't realize she's being used as a
Used.
tool for division.
Mhm.
This is a gaming community. This ain't supposed to be politics, but it turns into it because people tend to not understand that these companies are in it for the money. They have one common goal. You guys are picking and choosing sides, and you aren't even making a dime from them. You're giving your money to them.
Mm.
We should be working together and surrounding ourselves with each other, demanding better as time go forward.
Right.
That's right.
At the same time, even for Microsoft to go, whoever on the marketing team went and pushed this effort to do this agenda, look at it for what it is. Look at it for what it is. How many times, what you need to ask is, what I'm trying to get at is, how many other companies ever go this far? How many other companies reach to include black and brown entertainers into promoting their product? I just seen Microsoft do it a whole bunch of times, not just in this video.
Right.
I
Right.
mean, I do remember the Series X having one of Wakanda's greatest in it. I do remember a lot of their commercials having multiracial and ethnic backgrounds in their
Mhm.
advertisement.
Anthony
How many
Mackie,
times? How many
the new Captain
times?
Yeah.
America.
How many
Yeah.
times have you seen it in anybody else's? And I'm not just talking about Nintendo or Sony. I'm talking about NVIDIA. I'm talking about anybody else. How many times? So instead of criticizing what effort they putting in to make people that look like us feel included, you should be looking on the outside and understanding that, hey, these guys don't have anybody to look like us doing what they do. Matter of
Right.
fact, Sony don't even come and talk to their community,
Mm.
let alone have people that look like us to represent them.
Don't leave Nintendo out. They don't talk to the community either.
Nintendo talks to their community, but they don't have no one that looks like us that represents them. That is the difference. That is what is hard to swallow because
Right.
all you see is either a Caucasian face or a Japanese face. But they say all of our fans. How do we know we're their fans in their mind? We don't feel that way because they don't have anyone representing us. So I think at the end of the day, and I'm going to leave it at this, regardless if you like the song or not, the message is that everyone is included and has access to gaming. That's why they had the young lady sitting there as a representation of a gamer, not just a lady,
Man,
I
out
didn't
here
even think
preaching.
about that.
Preaching.
Wow, I didn't even think about it. Then now I'm looking. Yo,
Let's go.
All of that was intentional, and you guys have to see the message.
I didn't even think about that. Wow.
Nice. Good job, PK. Good job. And like I said, man, you know, these situations have to be spoke about because this is just what you deal with every day in life. But you know, to kill Malcolm X, they had to send in somebody that looked like Malcolm X. I just want y'all to pay attention to that. So
Yeah.
they sent her like a dummy to do this work, and now she's getting the backlash. And then she probably didn't want to lose her job. I get it, but I'd have kindly declined. Like, nah, you're not getting me in that. You know what I'm saying? Some things you gotta have moral support about. All right, Yobi, talk to me. Situation, how did you feel?
I mean, PK wrapped everything up in a ball. Like PK, the way you broke that down was beautiful. Um, it's not a good look because I'm looking in the chat. People is throwing names out there. Whatever the names y'all threw in the chat, it's not that. If you go to the article, her name is right there, right up under the headline. So
With a
I'm not gonna say
picture.
her name
With her
again.
picture.
Yeah, with a picture, it's right. It's exactly. It's right there in your
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
Posted yesterday at 4:45 p.m. Um, it's not a good look, especially it's not a good look for her because you got to look at it like this. I'm pretty sure before those articles posted, I'm pretty sure everyone on that team fact read every single letter, quote,
Hmm.
sentence, the whole nine.
They have to.
Of
They have
course,
to.
if that was me, that was her. I'd have been like, yeah, like you said, Lemon, I would politely decline because
Facts.
that's not a good that
You
polite
ain't sending me
decline.
out there like that.
Right. And I'm pretty sure I don't know her from a hole in the wall. I don't know who okayed the headline, let alone who okayed this whole article, but she should have saw that as disrespectful. Microsoft knew all access advertisement is black as hell. Huh?
Right.
Mm. Hmm.
The
Like
whole message is for inclusion, and she's being diverse,
right. And
divisive.
right.
Right.
And check this out. This could like you could look at this from someone else's perspective. It can not even be a gamer. Someone could just be walking by or just reading news online, and they just see that Microsoft knew all assets ad is black as hell. A person who don't even know, they see the word black in there, black as hell. Be like one word will pop up in their mind. It's like you already know what the word I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say it,
Right,
but
right, 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 right. Well, listen, man.
now, and now all that whole headline that's gonna be bringing in more questions than answers. So now you got people from the outside looking in. It's like, what the hell is this? It's not a good look. She should have politely declined. And at the end of the day, it don't look good on her, and it's definitely per usual. It don't look good on Kotaku. But
Kotaku's known
that,
for throwing shade.
Yeah,
They're
of course.
you know
And
they're very known
but
for
yeah,
throwing shade.
yeah. I don't have nothing else to go. To
All
go.
right.
We can move
So
on
I
forward.
don't want to hit it no more because PK definitely was preaching the sermon,
Yeah.
man. So
Oh yeah,
we're
he
gonna
killed
get
it,
into
man.
something positive. We gotta get on that Game Pass hype train, man. It's Game Pass is kind of lit, man. It's the best deal in gaming. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, hold on,
Especially
hold on, Lemon.
what up?
Run. You gotta hit that Game Pass train one more time, man.
I got you. I
There we
got you.
go.
Let's get that
There we
Game
go.
Pass hype train working.
Let's
But listen,
go.
man. We want to talk about Avalanche Studios CEO comes out and says Xbox Game Pass has been working for us tremendously. We also heard Phil Spencer 2 weeks ago saying how much companies are thriving because people who would have never bought your game are downloading your game and playing your game. People are renewing their contracts to stay in Game Pass longer. But the CEO of Avalanche Studios comes out and says, people not only are playing our game, they're buying a DLC to play with the game way more than they would have if we just would have left it out on anybody's store. So, back to you, Joe. What
Mhm.
did you think about this? And can you see more developers coming out? Because it seems like the narrative is, oh, they cannot financially sustain this. But that's not even coming from credible people. They're just coming from people just saying things, picking picking cherries out the air. So
Mm.
did you what do you think about these developers coming forth and being honest about the success of Game Pass, besides the subscriptions that Microsoft is talking about, over 27 million people? But the
And counting.
develop right, and the developers are happy. So talk about it. What did you get out of this, man? Do you see more developers jumping on board?
Do I see more developers jumping on board? Well, from what you said a while back, you let me know that there's like how high school kids stand in line for lunch. There's a line forming of of the devs waiting to get in Game Pass. So
That's a fact. That's a
it's
fact.
it is a beautiful thing, and it is a beautiful thing for Microsoft, aka Xbox. They're keeping that momentum on their side. They just it's like aside from that whole the Kotaku article, aside from that, that's just more momentum on that on their side coming in, and it puts it's continuously keeping Game Pass in the news, in the press, but in a good light. Damn, what people say, oh, Game Pass got cannon fodder and this and that and the third.
Right.
You can't call Grand Theft Auto was in there. That's in it now. That's not cannon fodder. Red Dead Redemption 2, that's not cannon fodder.
NBA 2K,
Doom, I mean
all the
2K21,
EA games,
all the EAs, like
all the
if
first
Game
party Bethesda games.
right and right Fallout, Doom, all that.
Right.
So if Game Pass was really the cannon fodder as everybody as a few people were saying, then Game Pass wouldn't have over 26 million subscribers and counting. So you can't say that, but the
Right.
numbers speak a totally different scenario. So like,
No.
stop
Those
it,
people are still on that $1 3 month deal. That don't count.
man. Listen, people is like, man, but
Yeah.
it is
That's another
very.
narrative.
Oh, of course, of course. Every time a new narrative comes out, it ends up deadening themselves, and then when that narrative don't work, another narrative is born out of it. It's like,
They don't
all
stop.
right,
They don't stop.
yeah, they never stop. But this is a good look for Game Pass. This is a good look for the whole thing as a whole. And on top of that, like I said, the more momentum Game Pass is continuously in the press. You seen the presentation, the whole E3 Game Pass.
Oh,
That was like Game Pass on crack.
yeah,
Like
27
it
games
was just
day and date.
banger,
That
banger,
was impressive.
banger.
Right.
That was beautiful.
All right.
And so if they keep that momentum going and they keep Game Pass in the press, it's gonna keep going and going and going. And then, like I said, before 2022 is over 50 million or would you
Yeah, I
remain
could see
subscribed
something
to
like
Game
that.
Pass?
I could see something like that. PK, the most electrifying entertainment on YouTube. Talk to me. What did you think about this? And what do you think is for the future? What do you think about
Yo,
this, man? Talk to me.
shout out to the chat.
So Xbox is definitely or Microsoft in general has always been a leader in seeing what's coming down the pipe. They might not have been always the best at delivering the message, but they
Mhm.
definitely discerning what's to come. And I know Wanna Wait don't always agree with me, but there's a reason why Phil Spencer said that Google and Amazon is our competitors. Because regardless of how you see
Phil Spencer
Luna
is not playing.
and Stadia doing now, he sees something that we don't. He knows something that we don't. And he understands the competitive level that we don't get to see. So they started this out, right? Game Pass. He gave up Mixer to invest in the Game Pass for a reason because it's hard to do both. So putting all your focus into Game Pass created something new, something they didn't think could ever happen. Now over there on my other channel, 4GQ TV, we interviewed Aaron back before Outriders launched.
Mm.
And and he said himself on the interview, said who wouldn't want to put their game in front of 20 million people
That's a
on
fact.
day one?
Big facts.
Who wouldn't? Because this is a new IP on top of that. We don't
Mm.
expect it to do well at all, but it did tremendously better coming
And the
out on
sales
Game
too.
Pass. And he said this is only the beginning. I
That's
keep
facts.
reminding people, MLB show, what is the best selling MLB show game ever?
The one that came on Game Pass.
Day and date.
20, MLB show 21 was the greatest selling 4 times more than any previous year has ever done. Not just because it came to Xbox, but because of the Game Pass promotion
Facts.
that was added to it.
Mm.
And that sets a difference. Why do you think Sega tested Yakuza 0 and then all of a sudden now the entire collection
It's
is
a Game
on
Pass.
Game Pass?
Including the new one.
Crazy.
It's because
It's
there's
crazy.
success there. They would not do it if it wasn't financially viable for them. And that's what people fail to understand. My thing is, I just want to sit it out there. There's going to be more subscribers because they're doing the smart. They're doing segues. They're doing segues not just into the mobile, but into the TVs, into every shape and form you can consume media. They
Mm.
may have a Game Pass kiosk at the movie theater just for you to play something. Don't think that's not impossible.
That's a possibility.
They will make it so that
Wow.
if you in New York waiting on a train, they could put a
Mhm.
kiosk there. They could put a kiosk in DC waiting on a train. They could put something anywhere.
Bro, they could put a kiosk inside the damn train.
All I'm saying is
That's
the
crazy.
possibilities are endless. And they know
Mhm.
the only people that has the backbone and an endless supply of money that could stand a chance to face them in that cloud market is
Mm.
Google and Amazon.
All right.
That's it. It might seem bad right now, but best believe Amazon is now a threat to the pharmaceuticals for a reason.
Mm.
Not because they you know had it, built it from scratch. No, they bought into it. Just like they bought into everything else.
True.
They are definitely a threat. So when you see something like that, that motivates you to come with your best. And right now, a lot of I've seen some people comparing streaming services, but let's be honest. NG Force, you know, Nvidia's offering
Mm.
it. Yeah, it lets you connect to some Steam games, but It's not the same thing. It's
Right.
not the same as just turning on this app, push and play. No, it has to load a whole VDI environment for you. It's not the same. And it's and let's be real, the PS Now offering's not the same. Right now, Stadia, we believe is going to die
Who?
at some point.
Who?
However, Luna is still in beta.
Luna in trouble too.
It may be at this point,
No,
but
that
that
pay
doesn't mean
scale is
things,
retarded. They're in trouble.
that doesn't mean things won't change. The only thing I would say is Luna technically is in a better shape than everybody else to actually compete against Game Pass, because AWS is the only true competitor to Azure.
I mean, we ain't talking about speeds. We got to talk about pay scale.
I'm not talking about speed. I'm talking about infrastructure.
Yeah, no,
I'm
no,
talking
no
about
doubt,
being
no
able
doubt. They got
to
the whole package.
supply.
They got the whole package, except
So
pay
with
scale.
that said, once they change, once somebody wake them up, or once somebody says, "Okay, you got my attention," and start scooping up publishers like Xbox, then they got a problem. Then they may have an issue. I mean, they already own the most popular streaming platform, right?
Twitch.
And I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying it's the most popular.
Yeah, most
So
popular.
it's not
right.
hard to segue into gaming once they able to scoop up a couple of publishers or developers. And by the way, don't worry, Yobi's still around. He just frozen right now.
Oh damn! Yo, Yobi, your mic working?
Nah, I think he got to come back. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna just say
he done messed up the mirrors. I mean the windows.
it's all good. We get it fixed.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it right now.
So
go ahead, keep talking. I'm listening.
So all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, I think is pushing this forward is also going to make the competitors want to compete. That's what we have to see. The competitors went into this thinking it's going to be easy, and starting to see how difficult it can be. Getting all these contracts, getting these games together, getting people on board to want to try your platform. But best believe this when I tell you, because of the success of Game Pass, it's going to make someone else step up and want to trump that, which is good, because that means they're going to be competing for our money and attention. And they're definitely going to use all their resources and know-how to push their agenda. Hopefully we see a lot of people want to step up. What I mean, even Apple, even Netflix, right? Netflix just came out and said they're trying to get into game streaming. They already have an install base. It won't be that difficult to go into that kind of segue.
That's a fact. So we're gonna move into the next topic, man. Let's talk about the state of play. And I see y'all chat, y'all lit, man. I'm gonna get these windows back up. My man got dropped. I guess he'd be back. I don't know if he had an outage. I'm not 100% sure. But we gonna keep this show rolling and rocking. And I appreciate everybody out there, man. I see y'all in these streets. And if you see, I told y'all we don't do no super chats here. But if you see my link and you decide to do the Cash App situation, make sure you make a comment so I can read your comment out loud. We're gonna have a Cash App TV viewer or chat viewer at some point when I get it up and run. Well, I ain't up and running, just hooking it up. But PK, man, talk to me about your thoughts on state of play, man. Let's get into that.
So I feel like, there's a few games that I like, that like Deathloop. I've been excited for that since day one. Mainly, like I said, they have black and brown protagonists in that. It looks like a cool idea, kind of like, it reminds me of the term you guys use for roguelike, right? Like a FPS roguelike. Like you got to go in and do something, and you mess up, you got to start over. However, I don't think that will be a bad thing. I just think that it looks cool.
But people that don't like roguelike games, y'all gonna be really crying when that comes out because it's a roguelike game.
So
It is that I'm interested
so
in. Facts.
so I would say like for me, um, I think that like Sifu and definitely Deathloop stood out. The rest of them I can't say I care too much for. Like the only other games that I'm looking for wasn't even shown. So and again, none of them make me feel like I need to go buy a PlayStation 5. So
But all those games
it,
wasn't exclusive either. Let's talk about
you
that.
know,
A lot of people assume that, but that
for
just because they
me,
shown on a showcase, I don't mean they're exclusive.
I had and that's not it's not dumping on PlayStation, but honestly, there is nothing that my PS4 can't play that make me feel like I need to upgrade and go through all that trauma of paying all this money to try and do an upgrade to PS5. If and and on top of that, I got PC and Xbox, so it's like I already got the multi-plats covered. I need to see something that says I need to go buy that console for that. And it's different for me as it is for everybody. Like again, Spider-Man I can get on PS4. You know what I mean? I'm not excited for Horizon Zero Dawn. I got Horizon Zero Dawn 1 on PC, and I feel like the game is boring. It looks great, looks beautiful, but the gameplay is boring to me. So I don't see me going to get the second one. I'm not excited. Sorry if that hurts people's feelings, but that's to be honest truth for me. Um, maybe my gaming is a little different from other people. I'm not into the slow Dark Souls type games. That stuff is boring and it doesn't have enough excitement for me. But that's me. I come from the Bayonettas, the Devil May Cries, the Ninja Gaidens.
Yo,
I
got
come
some
from
serious issues.
the facts, the fast action games is what I like. You know, um, and sometimes those Japanese games just don't appeal to me because it just looks boring.
Mm,
It just looks, I don't like the look of it. I don't like the dreary backgrounds. You know what I mean? I like things that is going to grab my attention with the eye popping colors and explosions and particle effects, blah, blah,
right.
blah. But that's just me. Like I said, there was only two games there that I cared about. And even Sifu seems a little off because, last night it was mentioned that it has steel frame backgrounds like the Resident Evil Part 1.
Mm,
But another thing is they don't show any of the UI or none of that stuff. It's almost like something is off about
Sorry
this
about that,
game.
y'all.
don't worry about it. I'm fixing it on the go.
But
Sorry about that. Go
but
ahead,
for
PK.
me, for sure, the state of play show games without any talking. I mean, again, for the guys who only have PlayStation, it may be exciting for you guys. For those like me who have multi-platforms, eh. I mean, I'm happy for the games, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna go play them on PlayStation. You get what I'm saying? Like
I
I
got you.
have mediums, so I have yet to seen a game that be like I need to just jump on that right now. And it's funny to me because I feel bad for the guys who only own a PlayStation 5 because even your PS Plus collection is only PS4 games. Even your PS Now is only PS4 games because there is no smart delivery, and that's really sad. So I would be demanding better for the only platform you're supporting.
Mm,
I would also want more for you guys. I am part of you guys because I do have a PlayStation. However, I don't prefer to play on that console as my main console. But just like the Switch, I bought a PlayStation for PlayStation only games. That's it. But however, I think that what Sony is doing is kind of disrespectful with not just with the state of play. It's not the fact that they're showing games, it's the fact of what they're not showing is what's disrespectful, right? What they're not talking about. we're almost a year in, and there is no information on an external storage
Right.
solution.
You
for
just
their
ain't gonna let it
PlayStation.
go, huh?
It's a problem. They it's almost a year in. There is their only solution or workaround for VRR is to do 40 frames on 120 frame TV. What about the people who don't got that?
That's a fact.
What
That's
about
a
the
fact.
people who
But it's
can
a
only
decent
do 60?
solution. It's a decent solution because they don't got their
No,
stuff
it's a
together.
decent, but how many people does that affect? You made your own statement 108 saying a lot of people don't even have the TVs to do
It's true.
these things.
I know.
But what about the people who can only do 60, bro? That's not good enough.
Nah.
Because the 40 frame doesn't work for them.
Right. Well, they
You
still
know,
got, they
no
still got,
storage option.
yeah.
So I'm saying
that's
I'm
a big
cool.
problem because thank God
But-
I don't have a bunch of games
let's
to
back
worry
up.
about with space, but that is an issue though.
Let's talk about the state of play games, though. How many games was PlayStation only?
They didn't really say. They didn't drop nothing.
Could be. Sifu could be.
I
but
mean, it might be. I mean, but they didn't say. They didn't get up there and speak about it. Like I like Demon Slayer, Deathloop, Hunter's Arena,
that fist thing.
Tribe of
Nah,
Midgard.
cuz that fist thing, that ain't for me.
Yeah, but I'm
I
saying
never
what I
had
like. I got a list of
Yeah,
games
no,
I like.
No,
you know,
no,
Hunter's
I'm not
Arena
saying-
was awesome. You fight NPCs and 30 other players. I thought that was dope. I've been waiting for Tribes of Midgard. I don't care what it dropped on. I'm getting it because you know that's my era of that I like to play. Period. You know what I'm saying?
see
Arcade
what
Getting
I'm
I thought
saying?
was dope.
You see what I'm saying though? You 108, you have all the consoles. You pick and choose. You don't have to, but you do. You can
Right.
pick and choose whatever you want to play. My thing is sometimes we're talking about people who have limited resources, limited options. This is what they're giving the fans. And I'm gonna be honest with you, even the Nintendo Direct was better because they gave the fans what they want. What the fans always want: a new Metroid, Pokemon, Zelda, whatever. Right?
Mhm.
Monster Hunter Stories 2 is a huge game, regardless of who plays or not. I play it, but I'm just saying in general, it has a huge following. Monster Hunter World proved that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all I'm saying is even with the third party, Nintendo still grabbed the attention of the fans by showing them what they want to play on their particular system. And they're coming out this year. Not 2022, 2023. We're not talking about this year.
But they showed a lot of games dropping this year too.
Wait a minute.
Yes, they
There's
did.
a lot.
July
of them
22nd. September. I wrote it down. September.
wait a minute.
Only
Wait a
Sifu was
minute.
2022.
wait a
Demon
minute.
Slayer, the 15th. Deathloop, the 14th of
how
September.
How many of those are PlayStation only?
I don't know. I just listen. Let me say this for the record. I'm not. I watched that. I watched it on my own, and I went to other Xbox centric channels. Right. First of all, this community is turning into a hate train.
I don't hate. I just want
I ain't
them
talking
be
to you.
better.
I'm just telling you what I witnessed. They look for
Right.
so many things to say negative, right? Instead of promoting, we get to see games. I don't care who shows it on what show. Everything Microsoft had on their stage was not theirs.
Right.
But let me finish. But these content creators who's supposed to be different than IGN, Kotaku's, GameSpots, right? They're supposed to be different. You're supposed to give it from a gamer's perspective. But they're taking their channels, and I've watched, some of these dudes didn't even know what to say because the showcase was good.
Right.
It was not bad. They took too long. They had to start 30 minutes earlier to put people in the chat. No, they didn't. So you're going to get out here and you're going to start frauding the public. Right? Mm-hmm. This is what we're doing now. We're going to go out here and look at Sony has a showcase state of play. All them games are not theirs. Neither was Microsoft. Was Microsoft. So, but I'm looking at dudes on their channels, Xbox-centric people, saying stupid stuff to discredit the show. You a gamer and want to see games, or you want to be a console war idiot and promote nonsense? Because this is what I'm witnessing all over the internet. Xbox channels are becoming PlayStation hate channels. And I'm not for that. If they need some smoke, you give it to them. But stop trying to make smoke. People are making bad situations. Everything is a shot. I put online, I like the show. Dude was like, how could you like it? I go look at his name.
Wrong.
Xbox-centric players.
Oh. It shows games.
It shows games. They showed games. But I didn't see nobody talking my head off. I didn't hear a developer. All I saw was games. And I got a list of games from that show. I don't care what console it's on that I'm interested in. Right? That's what I'm saying. So that's what we're supposed to be promoting. The games.
Right. I am excited for 2 of the ones that they show. Now, I'm not saying that the other ones can't be for somebody else. That's for sure. I was just speaking from my perspective that it showed games. There's nothing to really say negative. The show games, there's no talking.
Because at the end of the day, if a developer's showing a game on a showcase they can go on, right? There was 8 or nine hot games for a little bit for everybody. Yo, Zink, you my guy, but you're Xbox dude. PlayStation can't do no right. I get you. We not doing that. The show is not terrible because a lot of them games is coming to Xbox. They showed it on their platform. I'm supporting the developer by appreciating the game, not Sony. This is Sony's showcase, but that's not Sony's games. So you can't say Deathloop is coming to Xbox too. Nobody knew. Oh, one person said in the chat, oh, they showed Deathloop again. We only seen the trailer. We never knew how the game played. Nobody knew it was roguelike to the other day. They walked through the game, showed you different ways, showed you how you pick up guns, showed you how the game is being developed and the vision of the game. Why is the Xbox community mad? Why?
Before that state of play, before I didn't even know Deathloop was coming to Xbox. I did not know that. I thought it was exclusive.
Right.
I did not know that.
So it's like the developer said, oh, I wasn't on Microsoft stage. I can go to Sony stage and put my game on there, right? Because they're giving us an opportunity. Why is the Xbox community so angry? Because they from 2013 to the Xbox Series X came out, we've been taking, as an Xbox fan, you've been taking beatdowns. So now it's like, oh, I'm Kevin Durant. I'm joining Golden State. They beat my ass. You can't beat them, join them. So now you're doing exactly the negative content that you've been crying that these dudes have been doing to you. So now, Gamepass on fire. Microsoft got a great vision. Microsoft making big acquisitions. You turning into the negative. Now you're the negative person. How can I be an Xbox dude and go to your channel and be like, oh my God, are you serious? This the best you could do? Is just sit there and ridicule and nitpick and be disrespectful? Nah, gaming is about gamers and people having a good time. Not the stupid narratives that people push. This is our gaming community is disgusting. It just is what it is. But I ain't gonna be part of that. I don't care who don't like it. I'm not gonna indulge. I'm a grown-ass man. I'm do grown-ass things. I'm not getting involved with the tit-tat. Okay, we took a beating last generation. We ain't taking a beating now. It's like 50 Cent status. Laugh to the bank. You ain't got to be petty. All you got to do is promote your brand because we got a lot to talk about as an Xbox fan. That alone is going to annoy them. But taking a shot while you watching streams, I'm just like, yo, I can't do this. I can't do it. Because you just as bad as the idiots. All the idiots. Xbox got idiots. PlayStation got idiots. Only people ain't got idiots is Nintendo. They don't say nothing. They don't care. You know why? They'll pick up their games and they're playing their games. They don't care about you ignorant people out here acting crazy. And as a YouTuber and a content creator, we have a responsibility to forget the crumb side and show people better. Show that you could be better and give people good content. The Kotakus, the IGNs taking shots. What is this? It's just like a video game reality show. All we want to promote is negative and disrespectful terms. What are we doing?
It's a circus.
Come on, man. No, you don't gotta like every show. I ain't say like everything, but that show was. They showed us games, and as a gamer, that's the only thing you should care about. Not that it was on PlayStation platform, not that it was on Microsoft platform. You got dudes talking about Gamepass. They won't stop. You're pissing the PlayStation people off just by promoting it. You ain't gotta stoop to their level or to anybody's level who's negative to promote good gaming. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, PK, not you. I'm just talking about our community is toxic. That statement they wrote about Phil Solve and all this other stuff is toxic. The black community, black as hell. That's toxic.
Right.
It's not just Xbox versus PlayStation. The gaming community is toxic and irresponsible. You know what I liked about NLG's show today? Showing people enjoying something. Don't matter if I want that system or not. I don't want that system. But I seen
They
people
look so happy.
having a great time. This is why the hell we here. That's why I'm here. Right. You don't see me go on my channel talking about, oh, look what Sony did. Oh my God. I don't do that. But I see people who claim they don't do it or not into it. They all were doing it the other day. And it's disgusting. Right. I'm done. I don't even want to. I hate talking like that, but we have to be responsible as content creators to give people a better product. Everything is not a negative situation. I ain't getting gaming to be angry. You're dealing with people who want to be somebody on YouTube and they act funny because they got a couple more subscribers. Are you serious?
Right.
Come on. What are we doing as content creators and podcasters? What are we doing for these streets? Because I know when I go to a podcast, I want to learn something or interact with people that's doing what I do. Because this community is the strongest community on the planet. $1 trillion a year entertainment entity. Why do we have so many idiots promoting negativity? And
Lemon, you know what's crazy about all that? You got YouTubers who like big YouTubers, and they're just regular people like you and me, and they feel like, oh, look at my status. I'm too good to go on this show and podcast. Like,
you know what I love?
You started at the bottom like everybody else.
You know what I love? I make 90 more than 90% of these YouTubers. I make more money than them. I don't even care about the money. I don't even care.
Right.
They're doing it to pay their cell phone bill. I do it because I love to do it. I love my community. I promote my brothers around me. But this negative energy, I'm not. I just, listen, if you didn't like State of Play, I ain't mad at you. But to hear you just start, oh, look, they started 30 minutes early. Oh, my God. I can't believe, I'm like this. Is that something to really be talking about? You just need something negative to say. And there was a lot of people we know, a lot of channels we support. And I'm out. Yo, I'm out. I can't do this. You ruining my mood. I thought that Asgard game was awesome.
But I mean, that it might not be for them, but you know what I'm saying?
Everything ain't for everybody. I get that.
Right.
But but they just was being negative. I ain't even talking about it. They said, well, I don't play that. I could respect that.
Cool.
I could respect somebody not liking a genre game, but when you just throw a negative shot after negative shot, you grown with kids. Are you how old are you? 10 years old? I'm gonna show you my stick is bigger than yours, buddy. That's how they act. And it's ridiculous. All you gotta do right now, Xbox, your Xbox person, Xbox on fire, promote Xbox content. They still gonna be your competitors, so you think, they're gonna still be mad. You ain't gotta take unnecessary shots. Even though you can do what you want, I'm just not gonna support it. We in here to have a good time and support good products and bring good people, good information. This negative stuff, I'm not feeling. I'm not feeling it, man.
Bye.
I'm not feeling it, and I'm not supporting it. But I agree with you, PK. If something's not for somebody, I got you, man. I got you. I got you. But what did you think about the State of Play? Did you watch it, Yobi?
I watched it. It was to me.
Right.
The only game that really caught my attention was Deathloop, and I was saying to myself, I'm like, okay, like whenever this revised PS5 drop, that's gonna be one of the games I pick up. But then when I went on GRG last night, I found out that it's only time exclusive. I was like, oh word?
Yeah, it's a timed
It's like
exclusive.
yeah.
Right.
I didn't know that. I thought
Yeah.
I was like a full on PS5 exclusive. It's like
Right.
nah, it's time. It's like okay, cool. But that was the only game that piqued my interest.
I've
Other
been
than that,
waiting for Seafood. It was good to see more gameplay of it. And Zink, you're right. Even when it comes to sports, it's the same thing. You know, me and my
Right.
shout out to Graphic God, man, but I told him I won't go to another hockey game again. The fans are fighting. It's fans are fighting in the crowd. I've never seen fans fight in a hockey in more. I've been to basketball games. A fight broke out, but in a hockey match,
well, it's
you
cold
got
as
10
it's,
fights at
well,
the
it's
same
cold.
time. I'm not
Right.
dealing with that. Yo, come on, man. You could be a fan of something. I'm not fighting you for it. Don't throw no bill on me. I get you, bro. I'm 100% with. You right. It isn't a lot of things we do, but like I said, this community is larger than that. This is the largest entertainment situation on the planet, and I love doing this YouTube stuff because it brings me to other gamers that do what I do. We all got the same goddamn interest. Why is there so much hate? We had our console wars. Me and you around the same age. We've been through the console war era when they was really throwing Nintendos out the window from Sega. Sega do what Nintendo don't and throwing them up the skyscrapers in New York City. We remember those commercials. I get it. But the toxicity is crazy. The making your own narrative trying to make it a fact. Listen, man, we need to just play games, have a good time. You could go back and forward. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But when it becomes toxic and
Do it in a healthy way,
disrespectful,
though.
these dudes are not healthy. They're not healthy.
Right.
And
You
sometimes
gotta
I
do
go
it
on
in a
Twitter.
healthy way, and they
Yo, I keep telling people,
Most
I
of
am
them-
the
most of them
King
don't
Bateman
play-
Tumbo of Twitter, man. I will block you in a minute. And not because you don't agree with me.
Right.
I don't want to see that ignorant crap. That's why I don't go to certain
Right.
channels because they disrespect people. You build your content on disrespecting smaller YouTubers.
And most of them don't even play games.
That's another fact. That's another fact. That is another
They
fact.
pretend they play games. They don't even play games.
How about that?
Yeah, K-Mag, I put on this classic for you, Ridge Racer, so I hope you peep that. I put that on for you because that's a PS1 classic right there, and I know you like them racing games. That's a
I
fact.
remember Ridge Racing, man. That was my first race I played on the PlayStation. Thanks.
Now, we're going to get into something else that seems to be a little bit crazy before we get into the Assassin's Creed, and then we're going to finish off with the article that my boy Yobi found, which I thought is very detrimental to everyone
No one
in this
is
chat
talking about it.
and who'll be watching later.
Right.
It's very important, the subject we're going to drop up at the end. But I want to get into Google's anti-Game Pass and Windows 11 sentiments. They are trying to stop Game Pass.
Wait, what?
Yeah. They don't want Game Pass to be able to be played on their browsers or nothing. They're really,
they mad,
you know,
man.
the peace treaty between Microsoft and Google is over, and they're trying to stop Game Pass. Now I know
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Now-
They said the gloves is off.
the glove is off. Now I know.
Oh,
Now people, I
man,
want you
I
to pay
remember that.
attention to this
I
because
remember
you know
Ah,
Google is a little salty after that ZeniMax deal because it's not a Bethesda deal. They didn't buy Bethesda. They bought everybody. They bought the mother company, ZeniMax. That's the deal that was purchased for $7.5 billion. So they're trying to strike at Microsoft, trying to stop this Game Pass hype train because you know I love that Game Pass hype train, baby. It is a classic like Reeboks. Yes, like Ridge Racer, it's a classic. And it's going to go down in history as one of the greatest services ever. Watch what I tell you. Now, PK, did you hear about this and know about this, how Google's trying to put the clamps on Game Pass and Windows 11 before it really hits the market? What's going on with Google?
So their strategy is to be like Apple and lock down the store and also get rid of APKs. So their strategy is be an indirect hit, not just to Microsoft, but to change the way that the Android works. Android is based on Linux and which
Right.
is open OS. Technically, you can't sell it. However, their strategy is to lock it down and enforce certain restrictions that Apple does on their OS. Difference between them and Apple is Apple owns and pays for and sells iOS. iOS is proprietary.
Proprietary facts.
Though, because of the store regulations, Amazon and Microsoft found a way around it by just going through the browser.
Right.
So Google sees that, and their OS, Chrome OS, is nothing but a browser. But I would say this: they may be making it more hard. However, there are things in the midst, and I'm not even speaking about the executive order signed yesterday against what is Google attempting to do, but we'll talk about the fact that all these companies, even if they don't like it, they all have to work together at some shape or form. Because what Satya or what Microsoft is doing is, think about it. Chromebook is huge for schools, especially during a pandemic. But they still need some Microsoft apps to work.
Right.
So they have found a way to make 365 and some other stuff work on Chrome because they need
108 Dragons TV welcomes
same
four
with
guys
Apple.
with quarters.
You know, even the people I work with who have Macs, they have to have VMware Fusion so they can run Outlook and all this other stuff. They have to have Microsoft 365. No matter how you look at it, these companies got to work together, including Sony and Microsoft.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, so they can't go too far with it, right? They can't just outright ban, but they can make it extremely difficult for them to function the way they want to.
Right. Because right now it's easy, especially if you have an Android phone.
I mean, do you really think that Amazon and Microsoft is not competitors? They definitely are. And they definitely want to compete in the same era. I mean, they both have two largest cloud infrastructures in the world.
That's facts.
However, you can install they have to work together because even with AWS, they got to somehow integrate with Microsoft products and vice versa.
You can't function without Microsoft products. I don't care who you are.
Because even if you have Azure, you still got to make Azure work with Amazon products. Even if you have AWS, you still got to make it work with Microsoft products.
That's right.
Either way it goes, they have to work together at some capacity. So it's not an outright ban. They might do some petty stuff to make it complicated, like Apple does, right?
Mm-hmm.
Apple made it complicated. It says, oh, yeah, you could put it on our storefront. You just got to pay us a 30% fee on each game.
Which
that's not realistic.
Crazy. That ain't realistic.
So they just went through the browser. And their policy can't apply to the browser because the browser isn't a storefront.
Nope, not at all.
So with that being said, yeah, they don't technically, and to be honest with you, I'm gonna be honest, it's not really Game Pass that's the motivation. It's the fact that Windows 11 is the first Microsoft OS to be open to allow you to install
Android apps
and apps that are not native to x86 architecture.
Right.
So that means, and what really killed them is not the fact that you can install Android apps or possibly Apple apps or whatever. It's the fact that they said, if you go through your storefront but put your apps on our platform, we won't charge you nothing. That's what really is peeing them off. The fact that they are now setting a standard to where Microsoft's saying, come to us. Not only are we cheaper than the competitive platforms when it comes to our storefront, but if you go through your own processing, we won't charge anything. We won't take any cut from you. That's humongous. That is game changing. That's going to force Apple and Google and Amazon and all of them to change how they do business, because now Microsoft is trying to compete on the same kind of storefronts. That's what it really boils down to, because gaming is only a piece. Their whole entire empire revolves around their storefront. The reason why Apple makes so much money is because of that stranglehold of percentage that they grab from
Like Nintendo.
any app developer.
Nintendo does that too.
Everyone does it, but I'm just saying in general.
No, but Nintendo's known for that. Like,
yeah,
they would never change the cartridge format. It was like, we ain't going CD because they couldn't control that. You know, they used to get $35 per cartridge for you to make a game. $35.
Damn.
Per cartridge.
And I'm just saying, like,
that was crazy back in the days.
When you think of a normal, when you work for, let's say you work at a store and you do a credit card swipe, the processing fee for a typical credit card transaction is 2.9% on an average.
Right.
And that's still high. Think about it. 2.9% on a dollar is 2 or 3 cents. Apple says they want 30. Everybody's doing 30%. 30. That's 30 cents on a dollar. Every dollar you make, you giving them 30 just for allowing you to put your product on their store.
Sounds like super chats.
Microsoft comes out and says, not only are we dividing that fee in half and only doing 15%, but if you do your own processing fee and not go through us, there is nothing we're taking from you off top.
Facts.
That is the biggest game changer ever. And that is the main reason why they're trying to react on this, because they don't want to lose their market share.
Man, hey man, give a round of applause to PK. He in his bag.
Yo,
right?
Listen, man, give my boy a round of applause. My boy is on fire today. Yeah, you know, I know this is a subject he was gonna tackle hard body. That's my guy right there. You know what I'm saying?
I can't follow that. I'm 100% PK. You got that, man. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I can't follow that, man. But I love what PK get into his bag though, bro.
Well, I just think
the stuff he talked about, half of the stuff I didn't even know. So thank you, PK. You giving me knowledge.
Now my thoughts of it is, I think this is a tad bit petty. They're reaching. Let's just say they did win this battle. You know how easy it is to do your Gamepass on your phone, and for them to make it difficult, at the end of the day, it's the user that's gonna have the issue. And no matter how many iPhones are sold, Android runs the planet. It's way more phones controlled by Android. And you don't want Google to win that. You know, they have a little issue with Microsoft, even though I don't even know what their issue is. Y'all don't even have
Microsoft.
No,
it's the issue with Epic, and then it came into Facebook and Apple and Microsoft.
I mean, yeah, but I'm saying, like, they're going after Microsoft now. You know, it's like, you know, the truce ended a month ago, and now they start right back. They're going right for the juggler, and I'm like, y'all not gonna win. Stadia's dead.
I didn't even know they had a truce.
Yeah, they had a legal truce. Stadia's dead. Y'all can't get Microsoft back for that. Y'all tapped out. They didn't tell you to stop making Stadia work or investing in it. ZeniMax is bigger than everybody thought it was. That's what happened. They said, yo, we can't. So, you know, I just think it's petty, man. But listen, man.
Because PK,
they do it all the time, buddy. They do this all the time.
Yeah. But but Google need to back off, because you're not looking at the interest of what you're talking about for the consumer. You're worrying about your deep ass pockets, and I do mean extremely deep. Extremely deep. You know, you're not doing this because Microsoft is not providing something for the consumers and you want to do it. You're doing it to attack them as a company, a corporation. And it's if you win, we lose. We don't want you to win, Google. I'm sorry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The crazy thing about all that, Lemon, once this ZeniMax deal was signed, sealed, and delivered, not just the fans, but even other company was mad about it. I'm like, this is a relationship that's been building since what? Morrowind, the first Elder Scrolls.
Hey,
on the
listen,
OG
man,
Xbox?
listen.
That's the relationship that's been building
Listen.
since then. So
You know what Sony did? And you know I play Sony games. You know what Sony did? You know what
Talk
the
to me.
fans did? They
Talk to me.
kicked the sleeping bear, right? In the ass
whole
while I was
generation.
happening. Right. And
For a whole generation.
their pockets are unlimited. They could do 3 more ZeniMax style deals and just destroy you. They could buy WB with no problem. With a blink of an eye.
That is true. That is true.
Okay? I dream a genie around here. They will I dream a genie your ass. You keep playing with somebody who has more than you might be working for them. Because you needed them to fight Google. Nintendo and Sony needed Microsoft. I told everybody, when they walked out on stage in 2019, they had to go to Big Brother. Yeah, y'all bigger companies, maybe in video gaming. Yeah, you 100 million consoles. This one is 70 to 80. That's cool. Y'all don't got that Microsoft money. Not even together. So, to fight Google, we got to get Microsoft in here. Because at the end of the day, we all doing the same thing. We making consoles, we making games. But we ain't got those pockets.
Do that.
Oh,
Yo, shout out to the chat, man.
Yeah, shout out to the chat. Y'all definitely lit, man, and I appreciate y'all, man. Fast back in the building. Always shout me out at every damn podcast. We in the same chats. I ain't seen. Oh, my man Pong. Shout out to you and the family. He out there with his family because he was gonna be on tonight. Shout out to Pong. I tried to bring him on because Steel is in there, and I told Steel, I said, I'm gonna try to get him on, but he ended up taking his family out. They having a good meal, man. Congratulations to y'all. Y'all know. Living Split Screen is always in the building. GOG is in the building. I see 4 guys supporters. I ain't see my man Graphic Art tonight, but you know what? He's still in the building. He's still gonna get that GG shout out. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're doing here. But listen, we got 2 more topics. What up?
You got something? You got some on you? We giving away something tonight?
Nah, I ain't even go do what I was supposed to do. Nah. But we gonna do it next week. I'm gonna double up next week. Don't worry about it. We're gonna double up next week. Yeah, man, we got 2 more topics, man. And the last topic, Yobi found it, and I thought it's very important. Stick around for that one. We're gonna get into it because it affects everybody. Shout out to our president, man.
Wait, hold up. But shout out to Clowns. Clowns put me up on it.
Okay. Well, shout out to 4 guys supporters, aka the bearded Italian one, aka Louisville Slugger in the building. That's my guy right there. Clowns, that's my guy, man. But listen, man, we're going to get into Assassin's Creed Unity. This is another thing I want to talk about. I'm an Assassin's Creed fan. I didn't like 1, but it was the beginning. 2 was awesome. I love Origins. I love anything with Egypt, zombies, and anything. I love that whole Anubis situation. You know what I'm saying? I love the movies of the Mummy. So that game is my favorite of the whole series. Origins is. What's the last one called?
Valhalla.
Huh? No, not Valhalla. What's the one before that?
Odyssey.
I didn't really play that too tough. I didn't like the sword game was gangster, but when you pick a spear, I thought it looked a little crazy. He was swinging, but that was a good game too. But Origins has my heart. Like I bought all the DLC, the special edition, the collector's edition. Listen, man. I was all in on that game, man. Absolutely amazing. But now they're trying to take this to a MMO situation where you can jump through different time periods, fight amongst your friends, create your guilds. They talk about releasing this in 2024, so we have some time to get to this game.
Damn.
But I'm going to say this. It's in the concept stage right now, the concept stage. They're building on it. But this is what killed me. right?
Mm.
These people that create art have visions other people don't, right? People that design things have visions others don't. And immediately when they announced this idea and where they're going with it, the community went in uproar. They didn't have no positive things to say. It was like, oh my God, you're going to ruin it. And I'm like, wait, whoa. The last three Assassin's Creed is wrong. Odysseys, Origins, and Valhalla are awesome. Not only are they awesome, those series have side quests that hundreds of side quests that are not repetitive.
Sure enough, ain't.
So it's like they have creative ideas. They have a creative team behind these games. You gotta have poquito, just a little bit of patience for what they're bringing to the table. You can't automatically say, "Oh, this is gonna be horrible."
Right.
How can you automatically say this? Listen, it's gonna be like a massive MMO, pretty much. Elder Scrolls Online, day one trash. But those games are not built for today, they're built for tomorrow. Now you go to Elder Scrolls Online, awesome. Awesome game. People said all this stuff about Avengers, aka my man PK, had great points. Never disagreed with him. But right now, that game is awesome. They keep saying, oh, Halo's taking battle passes to a new storefront where once you buy it, it doesn't go away. You can still unlock the battle pass. Hey, you should thank Halo for that. No. You should thank Avengers because they did it first. But people want to give it to Master Chief. Listen, I'm a Master Chief retard, but we got to keep it facts here. So, with this being said, Yobi, the great one, what did you think about this, and are you an Assassin's Creed fan?
Big Assassin's Creed fan. Let's go. Oh, and what did I think about it?
Mm-hmm.
I think at first I was like, but then people started breaking it down. It's like, okay, this can go many ways because I'm pretty sure they're gonna take inspiration from
Assassin's Creed Unity, because that was the first game that
I
introduced.
like Unity too, but it's not my favorite,
Yeah.
but I like it.
Yeah, that introduced the whole create your own Assassin's Guild and you go do missions.
See?
With people. Now,
That's how I looked at it.
imagine that, but on a grander scale. Like for example, say you got your team of 3 or a team of 4, however they're gonna do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got a contract you got to take care of, right? But they put it in a way where you could accept multiple contracts at one time. So you got 4 people on your team. Okay. Lemon, I need you to go. We just speaking an example. Lemon, I need you to go towards the end of France. Take care of this contract. PK, go to the south of France. Take care of this one. I'm gonna go to the west of France, and you can have Bloody go to the northwest of France and take care of that contract. So it can go so many ways, and and maybe create your own assassin. I've been wanting that for the longest, but now with this, that the opportunities are endless. Now it can go so many ways. I'm looking forward to it. I want to see how they're gonna go with it, and I'm definitely looking forward to see how it's gonna phase out. Because I feel like the whole Assassin's Creed Infinity, I feel like they got that idea from when Microsoft first announced Halo Infinite.
Right.
You know, Halo Infinite's got like a 10-year plan, right, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Assassin's Creed Infinite, Ubisoft's gonna go that same route. So all we could do is wait and see. But I think it's the possibilities are endless, man. That's all I gotta say about that. I feel like it's gonna be real amazing.
Now let me say this for the record, man.
Yeah.
PK, when he's into a game, like Phantasy Star Online or Genesis or anything in that nature, he is somebody that will take you by your hand and lead you to the promised land, teach you everything you need to know. Very patient. And when I see this game, I see him. I don't know how much of a fan he is, but when I think of games like this, showing somebody how to play cooperatively, teaming up, PK is an excellent co-op player. Excellent. Even with Gears, I've seen him walk the worst person I've ever seen play multiplayer. Shout out to Chef Rump. Let's go. Shout out to Rumpity Rump Rump. If you could take that guy through and teach him how to play a game, you may not get much out of him.
You wrong for that, Lemon.
But, you know, proof is in the pudding, baby. Woo. But, you know, when I think of this game, I thought, like, PK is he's Batman and Robin at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, PK, man, what did you think about this when you heard about it, man? Was you excited for this? Or do you look at the possibilities, or was you like the community automatically complain, never even seen the trailer? How did you take this?
I mean, it's like this. First of all, we don't even know what the game is. It's all talk. And then, in my mind, I'm thinking they're just worried that they might not ever make an Assassin's Creed like they typically play ever again.
Right.
In my mind, it's probably an offshoot or a spinoff. And they just want to have something bigger than a regular Assassin's Creed to put out there. I don't know. But again, I don't know what's that's going to be like. Like, you mentioned a lot of games that is like a games as a service. I mean, Fallout 76 was not in greatest shape when it first started.
It's better now.
Talk about that.
It's better now.
So what I'm saying is,
so don't talk about
that. Does Fallout 76 stop any other Fallouts from being made?
No.
Nope.
So do you get where I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
Yeah. No doubt. That's a fact.
Does it really matter at this point? We haven't even seen the game. There's nothing to complain about. And that doesn't mean they're not going to make Assassin's Creed standalone narrative games anymore. They're just saying that we're going to do this. And it's more like, and even though I feel like sometimes Ubisoft could be hit and miss on some things, what they have done is they've shown support to a lot of their ongoing games. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of For Honor, but hell, it's still going.
For Honor's awesome. I love it. Just need to play it more, but I love that game.
But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
they do have games already that is ongoing that they still support.
Facts.
So it's more like
Rainbow Six Siege, baby.
Yeah, look at Siege, right? Older than a lot of
40 million
FPSs
players
out there.
40 million.
Older than a lot of FPSs out there, but still going strong. I love it. All I'm saying is, let's just see what happens. What's the point of talking about something that we ain't even seen, played, and
they just shot the idea out, and the community went crazy. Go ahead, PK. I'm sorry.
And what One Away pointed out is they're not always in best shape when they first come out. You got to give it time.
Yeah, especially games online. That's what it's about. It's about growth. You know
now, if it was a standalone Assassin's Creed and came out broken, then you'd be a different story. Then you have every right to jump down their throat. But you know, when you're dealing with when you're thinking about a multiplayer game with a large world and all these moving parts in the background, it's very hard to work out all those kinks. I know this, and I also know this to be expected.
Some people don't. I mean, even with Destiny, people complain, and then they give you these great content follow-ups. That's what it's about. I mean, World of Warcraft. I used to play that on my PC back in the day. I mean, World of Warcraft, you didn't really have nothing in the environment. It was an empty world going in now.
Yeah, people just need. You know what? People just need to fall back and
just chill out.
It's not that big a deal, man.
Right.
I mean, honestly, that's like talking about anything that any idea of a game, right?
Right.
How about you be mad about a game where you don't know what they speak of, and then you have to wait until you play it, and you still don't know what the heck the game is about.
Right.
And I'm not trying to throw blows, but AKA Mr. Director's Cut.
Yo, let me ask you a question. This is a question that can't be answered. I bought the collector's edition of Ghost of Tsushima, right? What is my financial bonus? Like,
I mean, it's the
what
same
do
thing
I?
with me, right? I have control, and I got left out of the upgrade because they
Oh
want
my
me to pay for
god!
it.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, listen.
Wait,
I
what?
mean, I'm not about to pay for that. That's not
I'm
realistic.
gonna say this for the record. The only director's cuts that I'm buying, if it ain't a movie, well, most all of them is movies. I ain't doing no director's cuts games. But
Yeah.
my next one is the Snyder's cut. We not
Oh,
doing
yeah,
that
wait,
for
I'm getting
games.
that.
Y'all gonna leave out content, then put it back? Oh no. Nah. They're not getting $1 out of me. Shout out to Ghost of
Well,
Tsushima and what you
and
wish you thought you was
they're
getting
not,
from me.
and I mean, at the same time, it's just speaking on in general. This is kind of what I'm saying for as us as gamers. You know, no matter what platform you play on, or if you like me and play on all of them, stuff like control should be that's what we should be up in arms about. But I didn't see nobody trip on that. And that's a big deal. And that's for
that's cool.
all of the next gen. You could not get the ultimate version unless you paid that toll. That's garbage. So if I own it, I can't just get the upgrade. I gotta pay for it, dog. That's crazy.
I ain't with the
Right.
shits. No sir.
Watch your mouth.
Facts. But I'm not with that. I ain't
So I'm
with
just
that.
saying, as a community, that's where we need to be up in arms, not crying about some game that don't exist.
That don't,
We need
they're
to
right.
be
That's
talking
not even
about
out.
these bad.
Just giving you
We
some
need to be
ideas.
calling out bad practices by these companies that are trying to take our wallet.
We can always yell at 2K basketball how their servers
That
for a whole
any of
year
them.
don't run well until the new game comes
Lemon.
out because everybody leaves and go to the new game.
Hey, Lemon got the scoop on that.
Oh my god, that's a nightmare. Every day. Every
Oh
day.
my God.
It's like pulling my fingernails and my toenails off at the same time. It's horrible. But now,
Okay, know
first of
exactly
all,
what to do.
I want to give everybody in the chat that round of applause. Give yourself a round of applause, man, because y'all in here, y'all support me. And I always say, without y'all, there's no us, man. And it is greatly appreciated, man. I love the
Facts.
gaming community so damn much. It is absolutely amazing. If you're new here, hit that like and subscribe, share it to your people, because like I said, man, we at the Dragons Den, man, and the team that I rock with, we try to promote good gaming. You know what I'm saying? We try to bring a different perspective. We talk about the things that's controversial, of course, but we don't make them the forefront of what we do. It's about gaming and good opportunities and just having fun as a community. And it's greatly appreciated. I'm very humbled to have everybody come through continuously every Saturday. I think everybody's time is valuable. But with that being said, we're going to get into this last subject. We're going to shout out the clowns, even though I'm thanking Yobi, but I'm shouting out the clowns because Yobi said you gave it to him. I mean, he gave it to you. You gave it to him, right? So,
All right.
this subject affects everybody in the United States. Everyone. Everybody underneath President Biden's presidency. I'm going to let Yobi take over. I'm going to get PK's take on it, and then I'm going to finish up, and then we're going to do our outros. But Yobi, explain what you're about to talk about and give us your opinions, man. Talk about it. Let's educate these people out here who might not know this subject that nobody's talking about.
Right.
Let's get it.
So the article says executive order on promoting competition in the American economy. So basically, it's basically pertaining to ISPs, not basically just ISPs. We're talking about on a global scale, mainly United States. You got Comcast, just ISP, Comcast, AT&T, Sprint, whatever. And they basically have this whole monopoly going on.
Yes, they do.
And nasty monopoly going on.
Data caps. Don't forget that.
Yeah. Oh, don't get me started on these damn data caps. Especially Comcast. You go over your data limit. Comcast charge you a nice little penny.
You might be bankrupt.
Listen, cause imagine this. You just streaming 4K all day, every day. Oh, you going over that data cap.
Oh yeah.
Definitely is.
First couple hours.
Oh yeah, definitely. So basically, this pertains to everyone, everyone who has internet, everyone like just. Let me. I can't. Dog, it's so much
I,
going
I
on.
I I can pick it up. I can pick it up
Oh,
because
all right, please, PK, because this is too it's too big. It's too like how many help with this? But put it like
hey,
this: no one is talking about this but us. So please, if you don't mind, please.
so we was talking about it in the chat,
This
Yes,
was.
we
and
was.
I am an ex Time Warner employee. I used to work for them before they were purchased
By
by
Spectrum.
Charter,
Charter
and
bought them in your neighborhood, your area.
yeah,
In
so
my
Charter.
neighborhood, it was Spectrum.
Well,
Okay.
that's the
Mm-hmm.
name of it, but Charter was the parent company
Okay.
before. So what happened with that was the whole point was Comcast is the number one cable provider. Time
And
Warner
they
Cable,
trash.
Time Warner Cable is number two, and Comcast is 3 times the size of Time Warner Cable, which was number two,
Mm-hmm.
and number three was 10 times smaller than Time Warner Cable. So you see the market share here is ridiculous. Well, they had agreements where they wouldn't compete in each other's footprints.
Right.
So when they had those agreements, like in Florida, Time Warner had to change their name to Bright House and so forth. So in other areas where they would compete, they had to switch their name over so they wouldn't be directly competitors to Comcast. But the whole point was they would not compete in each other's footprints so that there won't be a competition. And
Mm-hmm.
and being behind the lines, when competition showed up, and I told you guys this story before, but I'm telling the viewers. And it started in Kansas. And at the time, Time Warner was doing what 50 down for $100. Well, then Google Fiber showed up for 1 gig down and 1 gig up for hundred
$50.
dollars
Well,
for
at
hundred
first,
dollars
$100. Yeah. At
because
first,
it came
yeah.
with internet, because it came
Mm-hmm.
with cable. The point I'm making is
That's right. That's right.
that changed everything. DOCSIS 3.0 was the technology they used in their
Yes,
modems,
it is.
and they only had 2 streams open, which the modem could do 8. So they were purposely not giving their customers the best they could do um out the box. And even when they unlocked all
So
the
throttling,
streams
right?
in an indirect way.
Okay.
So because they didn't have the government gives all ISPs funding, and this is why these orders are legitimately had tangible, because the government gives them like 1/3 of their income comes from the government from funding
Mhm.
to expand and build their network out for areas that can't get internet or whatever, right?
Mhm.
They don't typically always do it if it doesn't make sense to them. So, with that being said, ISPs in general do not have the customers' uh, best interest in mind, especially Comcast. So Comcast
Yeah, he started with that.
was tried to buy Time Warner. Time Warner owns the largest fiber ring in the U.S. So if they owned that, they would own the internet. So the U.S. kicked them to the side and said, "Heck no! You got
Thank
all
God.
a list of things that you guys just do wrong."
Mm.
So what they did was they went to Charter, who was number 7 on the list, by the way, who don't have the capital to buy Time Warner.
Mm.
Said, "Okay, let's make a deal. You give us these areas like New York, California, whatever. We'll give you the capital, buy them." And that's how that worked. But they still
Mm.
agreed not to compete. This non-compete comes in and says, screw that. Now the border lines are torn down. So any ISP can compete in any footprint they want
Mm.
to and
Mm.
use the existing infrastructure if they want to send their data across. And there's nothing they can do about it.
Mm.
Which means that if you're in an area that does not have Fios or a Verizon, or even here where I live, Cincinnati Bell is the predominantly fiber company, and they serve Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana, and some parts of West Virginia. They could probably go up to New York or Michigan and compete in the same areas where those other people are. Which what this says to us as consumers is they all going to be fighting for our money. which means Comcast is now has a legit threat
Mm-hmm.
of people coming into their territory competing for customers, which means they're going to have to stop their data caps because majority of them don't do it. They're going to have to lower their prices, and they're going to have to stop cutting and penny pinching a lot of people. That is huge. But that doesn't end there. We're talking about your mobile companies too.
Phone
Mm.
companies, yep.
So your mobile companies also penny pinch you. You remember the unlimited, but not really unlimited?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's going to
Unlimited
change.
with throttle.
They lied. Yo, PK, let me say something. Yeah, they say, oh, everything is unlimited, but on my T-Mobile, they said, yeah, it's unlimited. Once you get the past 50 gigabytes, you slowing your service
Yeah, I
down.
got T-Mobile
But,
too.
but y'all said it was unlimited though.
Yeah,
Aha,
it's unlimited
aha.
internet, not an
So-
unlimited high speed.
So with that saying,
Right.
it's not just ISPs, it's
Mm.
also affecting every company
Mm.
that is competing that may not have a space in the market share in a certain area to come and compete, which means it allows the consumer choice. And when we have choice, that means the price gets cheaper.
Yes,
The
facts.
product gets better. And they're going to continue to give us what we should get instead of what they want to give us.
Facts.
Right.
Well, let me say this for the record. In my area, we don't have Comcast. We got Cablevision, the people who own the Madison Square Garden and the Knicks. Okay.
Really?
Yeah. So we got Verizon. So what happened in New York is, we also got Spectrum, which used to be Time Warner. We don't have Comcast. Time Warner got bought out, and now there's Spectrum, right? But Google Fiber tried to come in here, and they're territorial, and
Right.
Google got more money than them. They're not gonna let Google come in here and dictate fiber. You understand, to the public and lay them lines down, because that's why Verizon got stopped short. Cablevision is most of New York City.
Wow.
Yeah, and then it was Time Warner, and then Verizon came in. Oh, we got fiber, but they want to put a big box on your house. Dudes was like, nah, we ain't doing that. And then besides the owners of homes, and I said, you're not putting that on my house, because, shout out to my guy in Jersey. Storm blew it off, ripped a hole in the side of his house where you could see into
Damn.
his living room. They was like, we don't cover that. He said, but you put it there. But with that being said,
What kind of mess is
yo,
that?
Because they're supposed to install it in your house in the
right,
basement.
it was on outside.
The drop is supposed to go to the basement, not on anything on your house. So they obviously didn't know what they're doing.
And then, so when Verizon tried to move in with Fios, they was across the street at the school, but they couldn't cross the street to put it over here because they was laying fiber down everywhere trying to put it. But they got Cablevision blocked them.
Wow.
So they laid all this fiber for about 10 years and can't even run a line to your house. It's illegal.
Wow.
Yep. So what Biden is doing is putting everybody in a competitive space, which means competitive prices. Because I have a gig, right? And I only spend $90 with my cable. That's like dirt cheap. I know people spending buku money, $300-$400 for the same service I get. But I'm happy about this deal because my bill might drop. And the rest of y'all bills might drop. Could you imagine? Now that everybody can compete in the same space, it becomes competitive. You know what I'm saying? Whereas they know, nobody can touch me in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? We got Brooklyn on right. We got Brooklyn on smash. Right. Now they got to look over their shoulder. Files can come up, even though I don't want Files, but their prices are dropped too because Verizon Files is expensive. But I thought this situation was great for the country because we're being monopolized, and I ain't talking about New York. We're being monopolized as gamers and consumers across this country, where people need better internet, but these laws, rules, and fake guidelines are keeping people from getting better internet, and they wanna fight for our money. They want, you want people to give you a better service, because you could say, listen, I did it with Optimum. I said, listen, you got to give me a better deal. I'm just gonna go to Files. You could just turn all this stuff off and take it. Oh, no, 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 no. We got you, Mr. Lemon. I got you. And they cut a deal right away.
Go.
So, that's good. That's good. It's good. It's a good situation. And I really wanted the community to hear this, because it's something that's very important. And we're online right now. It's something that you deal with every single day. So it's awesome that things have changed, and kudos go out to President Biden, man, because nobody wouldn't force the issue.
Right, and this was supposed to happen because it's like what I was saying earlier about the data gaps. If you okay, let's say any of these big internet companies, right? And you got a great plan, pay a lot of money, but you got a great plan, right? Imagine you stay home for a week, right? And that whole 7 days you stay home, you do nothing but watch Netflix or any other streaming service that offer movies or TV shows. You're watching it every day at the highest quality 4K. You at least going over, I'll say, at least I'll say estimate probably like over 300 gigabytes of data, correct?
Yep.
Plus.
Yep.
And that, in a week, you probably go over 500. Week and a half, you probably go hit that terabyte mark.
Right.
What Biden did, and I don't like getting into politics, all that stuff, because it's deeper than that. But what Biden is doing, and now and the government, this needed to happen, because everyone know, if you go over your data cap, you're screwed. Them fees is gonna hit you like no tomorrow. That's gonna help, because now we're in the streaming era. Everything is streaming. Everything is subscription based. Everything is stream. Video games are stream. Movies are stream. This is a big break for everyone involved, because financially, because now once this is signed, sealed, delivered, you don't have to worry about. Oh damn! I'm scared. I'm scared to
get a $400 extra cable bill.
Exactly. Like now, with this being signed, sealed, delivered, you don't have to worry about data caps no more. And I said this, like I said this a couple years back. I'm like yo. I think we're gonna be going into a streaming era. And I said to myself and to a couple of my friends, but they're gonna have to do something about this data cap, because if everything just go 100% stream, this these companies are gonna be racking, these ISPs gonna be racking in so much money, because everyone is going over their data cap, streaming games, streaming movies, streaming everything. But now with this happening, it's it's like a weight lifted off the consumers' shoulders, because like I said, we're the only ones talking about this in the gaming world right now, and this can help so much. Because imagine you're away from home, not even away from home, you're on vacation at home, and you're just streaming something every single day. The day you go back to work, you get a nice little envelope, from Comcast, Verizon, whoever. Oh, hey, hey, good afternoon, Mr. Hill. Yeah, well, we noticed that you went over your 1 terabyte data limit, so we so yeah, this is your bill, plus the extra $500 for going over your data limit, and you went over an extra 10 gigabytes, and you looking at about $500-600 of extra fees, and it's like, but now with this happening, you won't have to worry about that, because it works.
Right.
It works, and it helps everybody involved. So
Everybody.
kudos.
All right. Well, that's gonna be
And
the
people,
wrap
and
on our.
people need to
Oh,
pay,
okay.
and people need to pay attention to this. People
No,
need to
oh
pay
no,
attention.
they will
This
because
is
they get to
important.
save money.
Facts.
That's a
Facts.
fact. All right, but we gonna wrap this up, man. Yo, Yobi, always a pleasure to have you. Chat
Thank you, man.
once again. Y'all definitely putting up them numbers, man. Infinite, I see you in the business, aka Mr. Finest. That's my guy right there. Retro Renegades is in the building. You already know.
You Bessie, man.
Listen, Yobi, tell them where they can find you, and we will be back next week again. Hopefully, Sick will have some power, and he'll be back. But where they can find you, yo.
Listen, man. If you need me next week, just give me a holler. Let me. You know,
got
I'm
you.
available.
I got you, my brother.
You could, hey, love you, brother. You can find me at Dragonheart Yobi on Twitter, Dragonheart Yobi on PlayStation, Heart Yobi on Xbox Live, Dragonheart Yobi on Instagram. I post. I've been doing a lot of retweeting lately, but
Motivational videos.
Yeah, I got more motivation videos coming tomorrow. Starting back tomorrow. Took a little break on it just to let everything breathe for a minute, but I got more videos coming tomorrow because people need it. We live in a crazy world. We live in a very corrupted world, and I'm just playing my position in this thing called life. Playing my position. Women got a limit. I help out as much as I can, so I'm playing my position and put some type of good energy back into the world because we need it. We see too much BS on the internet. We see too much BS day to day. So
I hope people understood my message earlier, man, because I ain't with the BS. But it's always a pleasure to have you, my brother. Always.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Yo, PK, the most electrifying light-skinned brother on the planet. What's good with you? Where can they find you? And hold on. You can also find Yobi on Four Guys. No, excuse me. Retro Renegades every Tuesday at 7 o'clock.
7 p.m.
Eastern Standard Time. And his dog.
That's Sandy. And you can find Lemon sometimes popping in retro to say what's up as well.
PK, where can they find you, man, and what you got going on? Talk to me.
Definitely can find me here on Dragon's Den every Saturday.
Shots fired.
Hey, I'm gonna be here, okay? I'm gonna be here until I get fired. Right?
You ain't gonna get fired.
You gonna see me.
Show your ass up on time.
Definitely catch me on 4GQ TV, and I do be on GRG on Friday, hanging out with those what K Mega calls the bums.
PK.
Yeah.
Make that announcement. What happened with 4GQ TV?
Talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a new.
Y'all got somebody new. There you go.
Yeah, we have a new member. She's a streamer, Miss Voorhees.
Woo!
She decided to join 4GQ TV, so she should be a permanent panel member going forward. She seemed pretty happy hanging out, so that's pretty exciting. There's so much stuff coming down the pipe. I don't have time to name it all, but just keep tuned in. We gonna promote it when the time comes. Let's just put it that way. We happy to be here.
All right. And like I always say, man, give yourselves a round of applause for coming here every week, showing support, dropping those likes, sharing these videos out, man. It is an absolutely amazing gaming community, and we're here to promote positive gaming, good energy, and just straight facts. You know how I do, and you already know what I say every week at the end of every video. You gotta bring your game.
Bring your game.
And not your name.
Not your name.
I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, people. Enjoy a game on. Fact.